If you come and look at these though, Lee. Right. So your left hand one was before.
Yeah.
Okay. Now we can't see your grip, but obviously we discussed that with where that left hand needs to go onto. What we've got to try and find is an individual's what we call neutral position. So where your left hand comes back to the golf ball going in this position, that's how you hold the golf club, yeah? If it comes back this position, then that's how we hold it. But most people tend to have their left palm facing a bit more down to the ground, back of their hand sort of facing outwards that way. So when you came back to the golf ball before, your backswing was a little bit short, as we said. When you came through the ball, we can see the club now kind of coming from outside the line, coming across the ball, and then when you finish the swing, we kind of stopped it about there. So my club just rested on your shoulder, just with momentum. There wasn't much fluidity with that swing. Whereas this one now, backswing wasn't the longest in this case, but it has gone back a bit further. The hands are a bit further than they were before. Now as we come back to the golf ball, good strike of the ball there, as we can see. Now look at the difference in this follow through.
Yeah.
It's a golf swing, isn't it?
Yeah.
And you see the ball then sailing down the fairway there now with a nice high ball flight down the range, getting a little bit more distance and power through the golf ball. And to get the ball to go further, it's speed down here we got to improve, yeah? And we can see there now, just before impact here now, so that little black mark there on the club, or the grip, that's your logo. So just before impact, your left hand is kind of like this, trying to give it a good whack, Very few people sort of, if they're going to whack someone with the back of your left hand, you probably go with this part hand. You wouldn't go with the flat, you wouldn't go that way, because it's more powerful, So when you're trying to whack it hard, especially from a sort of a background that you've got in terms of rugby, you're going to try and use that kind of sort of same instinctive reaction. Again, we can see there's the logo there on your glove. It's still facing almost 90 degrees to target. So that's why your left hand needs to be a little bit more on this, what we call stronger side, gripping it a bit more this way, because that's how your left hand's going to come back with a square club face. If I grip it where you were before and then do that, there's your club face. So you have an open club face, which adds loft, which now reduces power. And then if your golf ball then leaves curving over there, what are you going to do? Okay, I'll swing it over here. So now you just cut underneath the golf ball and just chop it in the air and don't go very far. Hence why all your clubs tend to go a similar distance, Your 7-iron's going 50 yards. Your 5-iron will go about 55 and your 3 will go about 6. It's all going to condense in together, Because what you're going to benefit from shaft length, loft and the other differences has been negated by the fact you're just slicing across the golf ball, Every club you've played has got maximum loft. They're not having differing loft because the way you're hitting it, So we're going to change that grip. So grip position and grip pressure. Not going to squeeze, but that's unfortunately what most people tend to do, And then in terms of swing, if you're looser, you can finish up there. If you're stiff and a bit tense, your backswing will be shorter, which again reduces power. So you look at all the things that you were doing that were going to take power off, take distance. It is exactly, but if you look at all the things you were doing, you had gripping too tight, loss of speed. Gripping it in a weak position, lost direction and club face position, Came across the golf ball, lost distance, Miss hit it because of that movement, lost. Those 4 or 5 things there are losing you yardage all over the place now. We're going to make those couple of changes to setup with grip position, slightly wider, and grip pressure, and then swing wise, as that club is moving, just feel like limbs and arms and joints are bending and hinging, hinge and set and throw. I think when you go back to playing rugby, how do you think you would think about it? You wouldn't have your arms like you wouldn't try and pop the ball with your hands and then throw it like that, would you? Your arms and elbows are moving, and it's almost a bit kind of, you look at the guy, they're just flicking, aren't they? And that creates enough speed and energy to send that ball as far as you want to, What we don't want to do is grip on for dear life, squeeze the hell out of it, because then you come off a driving range session, your hands are like, I'm sore.
I played rugby.
So gripping it looser and softer is going to give you that control, I think people look at a golf club like a kid on a lead and go, if I don't grip on tight, it's going to disappear.
Grab all the bit.
Exactly, Grip pressure does nothing, apart from just a negative outcome. Slows you down, lose control, but we all do it, all right? Does that make sense, though,
Yes.
There's a bit of stuff to take in, but most of it's kind of set up. And then in terms of swing-wise, all I would say when you go on the range and practice, try and feel like you're just hinging the wrist a bit more, and then just think every shot you hit, good or bad, finish up there.
Just follow through.
Finish up on that left side, and if you're loose enough, you can do that. If you're gripping it tight, you can't. And that's what it comes down to, So if you can't get to where you want to get to, don't try too hard to do it. Think, actually, am I gripping it a bit too tight again? Probably are.
Yes.
Okay, mate? Good stuff.